a night to be in Buffalo, where there are single-name icon quarterbacks. Lamar, just revolutionary at his position. And Josh, about to jog onto this field where his Bills haven't lost all season long. It's Baltimore and Buffalo coming up on CBS. CBS Sports so proud to present this AFC divisional matchup, a blockbuster. Again, Baltimore and Buffalo for the right to advance to the AFC championship game. And the Bills take the field 9-0, including their runaway win from Denver last week in the wild card round. Again, the Chiefs are all set. Once again, they're back in that position of hosting the AFC title game with the win against Houston, taking on either the Ravens or the Bills. It'll be a spectacular matchup. Either way, let's bring it live to the booth. And hello, friends. Jim Nance, Tony Romo, Tracy Wilson, Jay Feely, Gene Steratore alongside as well. I can't recall there ever being a divisional matchup with as much anticipation about the game as this. I've seen a few. This is as big as it gets.
Yeah, your 500th last week just tells us a little bit. This is absolutely the one we've been waiting for, Jim. You've got two MVP candidates. They're playing the best football of their career. One of these guys is going to probably put on their cape at some point, and the other one's going to go home. It doesn't seem right that one of these two is not going to be playing next week, but it's going to play out here in the next 3.5 hours.
That is so true. Imagine one season's going to end tonight. Let's start, though, with the home team quarterback here. And Josh Allen, it's been a season for him. He just went to a whole new level this year, minimized the giveaways.
Exactly.
It's been spectacular again.
Both these teams are incredible. They score touchdowns, they take risks, but it's calculated risk. And really, Josh, he's gotten rid of that gunslinger attitude, and that's been enough. And this is why it's the best season of his career. But today, he's got as tough a challenge as he's had all year. Honestly, since they lost in the playoffs last year, Jim, he's going to have to put that cape on today for them to win.
Yeah, they've lost at home the last 2 years in this spot, Cincinnati and then Kansas City last year. Let's talk about Lamar and Derek. You can't talk about one without the other, but I guess you talk about historic, what Lamar has done this year. Again, barely giving the football away. So explosive in so many ways.
Exactly. It's as good a 1-2 punch as we've ever seen in the National Football League. Last week, they did a great job. They made a concerted effort to use Lamar's legs early in the game. And that really opened everything up, because then all of a sudden, everyone starts to account for him. And when you account for him, guess who comes in right after him? 1A, 1B? Well, Derrick Henry, who's probably one of the greatest, if not greatest, running backs that you want to give a ball to in the NFL playoffs.
Well, we've already seen tonight what Saquon can do. We know Henry can do the same thing, and the Bills know it too from their Week 4 matchup. So here we go. Let's dispense with the talk and let's get to the game. Lamar and Josh, Ravens and Bills coming up.
CBS Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the National Football League.
The playoffs are the time when leaders stand tall and become legends. Once seemingly overlooked, now they're the marquee names in a showdown of MVP candidates. The latest chapter in their shared history.
In the 2018 NFL Draft, the Buffalo Bills, the Baltimore Ravens select.
The Ravens' Lamar Jackson ignores the impossible.
He is Houdini! What a play!
And the Bills' Josh Allen is power personified.
He's a beast with a capital B!
A pair of quarterbacks linked through triumph and torment.
Absolute heartbreak in Baltimore. The Bills never had a chance.
They face off tonight when the lights are brightest.
Can you say MVP? Some more Lamar Jackson magic.
Will it be Jackson and the Ravens or Allen and the Bills? The stars are aligned against each other, and only one can move on.
Our James Barrettsman getting us stoked one last time before the ball is in play as we welcome you to the divisional playoffs presented by Intuit TurboTax. Dusting on the field here as we get set for Baltimore and Buffalo with an Arctic mass hovering over Orchard Park. And for more on the weather, let's go to a reporter starting with Tracy.
Jim, it is playoff football in Buffalo, so no surprise it is cold, a real feel of 12 degrees. It's only going to get colder. The snow has been falling for quite a while now. The field is slick. Ball security is going to be key. As for the quarterbacks, this is Lamar Jackson's coldest game of his career. He told us the key is to keep his hands warm. He won't wear gloves, but he does have pockets sewn into his jersey with hand warmers, as does Josh Allen. Now, how will the weather affect the kicking game? Let's send it over to Jay Feely.
Tracy, in this cold, the ball doesn't go as far, so both coaches can be more aggressive on fourth down, especially considering the struggles of each of their kickers. Both have missed 10 kicks, but most surprisingly, Justin Tucker, the greatest of all time, struggled mightily this year. Only 11 for 19, over 40 yards. They've tweaked his technique. They took him off kickoffs to try to help him make field goals, and Jim, in a game like this, in this matchup, you know every point matters.
It feels like one of those nights, Jay, where it might come down to a kick at the end. A make, maybe even it's a miss at the end. We're going to see, and we're going to start with Buffalo deferring at the top, sending the football down the way to the Ravens. Again, they met week 4 in Baltimore. It was a blowout win for the Ravens, 35-10. There's records here, 130 combined touchdowns, most ever entering a playoff game between two teams, and the fewest turnovers combined ever in a playoff game by two teams over the course of a season. So the kick by pass, it's underway, and it's going to be returned from about the 3-yard line. It's Mitchell, and banging bodies at the 28-yard line.